good they're taking this seriously. You read about the San Diego incident, right?
I was in college at the time. Didn't imagine I'd ever see a living dinosaur.
Field Chief Marcus Ramirez, FBI. I'll be taking these off you for now.
Humboldt County Sheriff's Department has put a 1-mile exclusion zone in place around the animal.
A lot is still happening with the hearings in Congress right now, but there are rumors we'll be working with the private sector to contain them in the long term.
The rest of your people are here. They've got a capture cage with them. Ready to get this thing out of here?
Things can get out of hand in a second.
You know, I always wanted to visit Vegas. Just, not like this.
Lucy, I need another dart. Now!
Tales from a Jurassic World. Coming soon.
All right, so there you have it. That was the trailer for Tales from a Jurassic World. This is going to be 6 episodes long. It's coming out April 3rd. Is that what we agreed on,
Yep.
Tom? Well, guess what, everybody? Tom's here, and we're going to talk about this awesome audio drama. I'm really excited. How you doing, dude?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, man. I am so excited as well. We were saying beforehand, I can't believe how quickly this has crept up, and it feels quite surreal that it's gone from Tales is coming to Tales is here. You're going to get to listen to it this time next week.
I know, dude. Let me tell you, I get emails and iTunes or Apple Podcast reviews that ask me when this thing's coming. Between this and a audio drama that Arjun had done at one point that is still, I guess, in progress. I get a lot of questions about the audio dramas that are going to be premiering on the show or just in general in the community. So I'm excited that you're finally getting this out there. And this is your baby, dude. Like, this is something that you've been working on. It may be, on the feed and stuff like that, but I really had nothing to do with it. So it was all you. Did I record for this? Did I record
yes,
anything?
You did. Yeah. You are what are you? You are an FBI agent.
Yeah. I remember just yelling in this room here. I was just like something like "Stop FBI" or something like that. Spoilers for the for one of my guest appearance, I guess. But I just remember screaming down here, and I was like, man, I hope nobody's listening.
Your
to
neighbors
me right
are like, what's going on next door, boy?
but yeah, so that's the extent of my involvement. So I've brought you here to kind of discuss it and hype people up a little bit because it's premiering. Well, this episode is coming out the week before it's the Tales from a Jurassic World is starting to premiere. And like I said, 6 episodes long, and we were talking about this, me and you. We were like, when should we air it? Like, how long is it going to be? Because I don't know. I probably asked you like 45 times, like. Because, like, if I'm not working on something, I'm so disconnected because I've got 10, 15 other things going on. So I probably asked you so many times, like, how many episodes is it? What is the name of this thing? What's going on? So so we finally nailed it down that we were going to air it start it in April and then lead it up to literally the day after Jurassic Park premiered.
Yeah.
June 11th it premiered, and we're going to finally conclude your first season here on June 12th. So it's going to be a nice little run. I'm excited by that. It's going to be good.
Yeah, I am so excited. I think doing the bi-weekly thing as well, I'm actually really excited about seeing hopefully people getting excited between episodes and looking forward to what comes next in them. I think that's going to be really fun. And I think something that's been really cool is so many people have become more vocal about what this show is about in the past few months. So I've seen so many more people talking about how they really want more of those dinosaur interactions between Dominion and Fallen Kingdom. And it's been so gratifying in a way to know that we've been working on that this whole time, and now it's about to come out and there's people asking for it.
Yeah, I mean, look, that kind of popped up right around the time Dominion came out. It's like, oh, we kind of just skipped over all the stuff that we really wanted to see after the outbreak there in Fallen Kingdom, where dinosaurs are alive in the States here or wherever else, and you're just like, you wanted to follow them around. I mean, we did get I'm mentioning it here. We did get the what was it called? What was that thing called? The graphic. What was it?
Oh, the motion comics.
The motion comics. Yeah, we got the motion. I've tried to put that in the back of my mind so hard. But we
That's
did get the
actually
motion
what
comics.
Tales is entirely based around. It's an expansion of the motion comics in their style.
Well, the thing is, the bones of it were good, right? Like the bones of that idea and story were there, and it was really like a neat concept. It just didn't really come to fruition maybe the way that they wanted, or I don't know, maybe it came out perfectly like they wanted, but it's not it's not what the fans necessarily wanted. But that's kind of the idea that you've kind of expanded upon here. It's like, hey, we've got stories to tell in between these two movies, and everybody wants those stories. And, maybe it's not canonical whatever, it doesn't matter. But like, it's still cool to kind of get those stories. Personally, I remember, obviously it's been years since Extinction Level Jurassic Park came out, which was, Arjun Boss's baby as well. And Arjun created just an incredible, like, I don't even know how many episodes that was. It was like very long, and it probably spanned like, I don't know, a year or so. Like, it felt like it was very, very long. And it was a major part of like, I feel like the show's history and stuff like that, even though, again, I didn't really have a ton to do with that either, except for airing it, really. I was maybe in one of those or two of those too. But
I'm fairly sure you were. I remember quite a gruff performance.
I don't know. I like to do some silly accents from now and then.
I think the Owen Grady voice popped up in that one, actually.
Maybe. But what I loved about that series was, despite not relating to the canonical adventures of the films and stuff like that, it actually tied in so well and closed those gaps in really cool ways and interesting ways, and told stories that I wanted to hear. And that's why I'm excited about this, this new one here, because we get to tell, or you get to tell those stories in between with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife, which is really cool because I think there's really some valuable stuff to be told there.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's been so exciting as well, because with this first season specifically, I thought if we were to just do something completely brand new, then it wouldn't really immerse people in Jurassic fully. So what I really wanted to do with this first series is actually immerse people in the world a little bit and sort of set the stage for the fact that this is taking place in the same world. So what I will say as your little exclusive here, Brad, is that episode 1 actually takes place at Lockwood Manor. And then I won't actually give you episode numbers for the others, but you will find out a little bit more about the events around the pteranodons in Las Vegas. And you will also find out more about Battle at Big Rock and the aftermath of that. And what I really wanted to do was sort of tell a story that stands on its own legs, but in the first season also taps into those things that we all already know happened. So then we're kind of setting the stage to build on that and tell better stories in season 2 and season 3 as well.
Hey, well, there you go. There's more coming, there's more on the way. But yeah, I'm not going to mention them, but you had mentioned, like, I'm not going to tell you what episode numbers, but you had sent over the episode numbers, the graphics, and the titles and all that stuff. I'm looking.
We can go through the titles if you want. Feel free.
All right, we can do that. I mean, it might give an advance notice.
I will say the funny thing with this is when I first started this project, I got so excited that I tweeted out all the episode titles and I tweeted out all the dinosaurs in it. And I don't think anyone has realised I did that. So it's just been sitting out there on the internet for months.
Awesome. Yeah, I guess you're just excited, man, to get this stuff out there, right? The first one, A Man Called Benjamin Lockwood. I like that. That idea. Number 2, boneheadedness can only get you so far. You can kind of infer from these titles what could be in these episodes, I think. Viva Las Vegas. Number 3 there. That's a good one. I wonder what
with these naming titles.
What could be in these episodes. Number 4, Taken to the Skies. I like that.
Clearly about a mosasaur.
Yeah, sometimes things evolve.
Yeah.
Number 5 is Peace Before the Panic. So I like the graphic there, and I'm ready for some panic, man. I can't wait to find out more. And then the last one is an Allosaurus walks into a bar.
I should say an Allosaurus doesn't literally go into a bar in that episode.
These are very literal. It is a good one. It is a good one.
Peace Before the Panic, the characters actually spend the whole episode asleep, and that's what the piece is.
Yeah, and then the last minute, just they wake up, and they're like, what happened? And then that's it. It's over.
Yeah. So I think what that hopefully hints at is what I've really tried to do with not just this season, but with the overarching story, because I will say I have planned out season 2 and 3, and depending on how this does, what people think, I would like to produce them as well at some point. But what I've really tried to do is give people an interesting mix of animals and scenarios. So I know that obviously in the films we tend to get a lot of carnival sequences because they are those sort of big ticket items. They are the things that sell tickets for the film. Whereas with this, I kind of wanted to interweave that with some more poignant moments that are maybe going to make people think a little bit. So I think episode 5 particularly, I'm very proud of the way the dinosaur interaction plays out in that. And I hope that that Peace Before the Panic is actually going to feel quite heartfelt for people. And I'm really interested to see what people think of that episode.
Yeah, I always like when the stories in the Jurassic universe kind of switch things up a little bit and tell a different side of things. I remember when the motion comics did like 2 herbivores fighting each other. I was like, that was really cool. Or like, Camp Cretaceous tells more intimate stories between like Darius and a dinosaur or something like that. So I kind of like it when we turn it on its head. It's not just all battles and action chaos and stuff like that. But I'm ready for it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's see. What else can we reveal here? We've got... actually, let's go back to the beginning a little bit because I basically have followed your whole kind of path in this community and I think you've only been a fan for what, like 4 years or so? Was that?
I'm getting exposed. Yeah. So I think I was talking to somebody about this the other day. And I think I started recording for the podcast just before Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Was that it?
And that was really, that's really where I started getting interested in it. But yeah, I mean, like, people don't know, my Twitter account, for example, Tom Jurassic, that used to just be a personal account on Twitter that I'd used to like interact with you, Chris, Tim, some of the other people. And it was only in like a few years into having that I was like, oh, the Jurassic space is cool, so I'm going to transform this account into something more. I do think one thing that's really important to touch on, actually, that you were talking about earlier, is Arjun's radio plays. And I think what he did with Extinction Level really inspired me to work on this and work on the Halo drama that predated this, because he kind of showed me that audio drama is something that can be really immersive. So that really made me want to go away and play in this space. And obviously, during COVID, I did a Halo... I can't even get the word out, a Halo audio drama, which was a lot of fun. That was kind of all about, during the pandemic, really getting immersed in a different world and having that sense of escapism. And actually, that like process of working with people across the globe to bring something together was really sort of cathartic and really inspiring. So I always knew that I wanted to take that and do it for the Jurassic community, because that is like the community that I hold most dear. But it was all about doing it at a time when it felt right, and I feel like it finally felt right.
Yeah, well, it takes a lot of effort, and you're talking about tons of. You're getting a lot of people in these stories. You have to have a lot of effects, and these are not simple stories necessarily to tell. So when you're telling a Jurassic story, it has to be kind of big and loud at times, and
Yeah.
you gotta accumulate all this content in order to produce these, and it's hard. Like I've wanted to produce my own like actual full length audio dramas over the years, but I've never like honed in that amount of time because I'm just like I'm looking at it like ahead. I'm like, if I was to do this, it would be so much work. And there were, I'd have to get all these people and, recruit, casting call and then find all the audio clips and put the music in there. It's a lot of work and it's very hard. So I gotta, give you and Arjun and others like a lot of props for actually, going through with it. I do it on like a smaller level with like Halloween stuff, which you do as well. And I love that because that's like, when I started this show, I thought, how cool would it be to tell stories like that and to do these kind of radio dramas, audio plays, whatever, I think that stuff is awesome. And I love hearing it on other shows. I've been listening to the IndieCast for, forever now. And one of the first podcasts pretty early on that I ever listened to. And they've done a bunch of them as well. And it's really cool to kind of, see how different communities are handling these shows. Even Star Wars on like the Forcecast, I've heard some stuff over there too. So it's really cool to kind of see how, people, focus and create something really, really cool. So I'm excited for this. And I was joking, I know you've been a fan for a long time, but I like to poke fun. It's cool.
I actually became a fan after Jurassic World Dominion,
I know, yeah. But it is cool to see like the progression of like, how you come into things and then how it expands and what you tend to focus on. And it's brought you to at least this portion so far. And I think that's really cool, to tell stories like this.
I really enjoy it because I think for me as well, I've always loved creativity. Like at school, I can remember I always used to love when we would have English lessons in primary school and the brief would be write your own creative story. Like that kind of stuff I always used to love. So getting to do that at a grander scale is so cool. I mean, there's a video that will be out on the Tales Jurassic World channel. Jurassic World Tales are from a Jurassic World YouTube channel. By the way, did you clock that I stole that from The Walking Dead? Just on a complete tangent.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't think like, oh, he stole that, but like, yeah, I think that's another iteration of something like this. It's good. I like it. And you did didn't you do some Walking Dead dramas too? Did you say that before?
Yes. Yeah, I did. So Connor Ontology voices somebody in London dealing with running zombies as he's attempting to evacuate from Tower Bridge, which was a lot of fun.
That's pretty awesome.
Interesting one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no, but
I was just going to jump in and say on the subject of like how long these things take as well. I literally just pulled up my folder, and that folder was created in June last year. So that shows you how long a process it is to go through and develop something.
Yeah.
And it is crazy the output because when you think about it, that's been months and months to come to what is essentially going to be around 2 hours of content, and that's it. So that shows how much time goes into that.
I know you sent me like 4 words to say, and it took me probably several months to get them back to you. Sorry.
It's all right. It's fine. I'll let you off. You don't know the fate of your FBI agent yet, so it's fine.
I don't know. I guess I'll find out with everybody else. But yeah, I think we've got a pretty rich history of putting content like this out on the channels, and I really like that the show has been a place for that to happen. I know 100%. with Extinction Level we made that, and that was we were doing like a week to week episodes at that point. And currently we've skipped to like every other week, which is better. It's more beneficial for me personally because it gives us gives me more time to like, figure stuff out
you
and to do other things.
Breathing room now,
I've got some breathing room. But we did those ones on a week to week basis, or whenever we ended up getting to them. But they were also mixed into other content. It was my intro, and there might have been a different segment in there from somebody else, like Jay Jurassic or Aaron or somebody, me and Jen talking. I don't know. Somebody else may have been in that segment or that episode, and then we get to Extinction Level. So people kind of had to sift through other content to get to it. So this time around, we decided like, hey, let's give people like the chance to listen to this on their own if they want to, or hey, I mean, I'm not telling you to, please don't do it, but if you choose to skip it for some reason, so you will get, a main episode one week and then the next week. So we're kind of going back to week basis here, until June. So you get like, a main episode and then a Tales from a Jurassic World. So it's like, it's going to be fun. And I think it's going to be cool. And it's not too much pressure on me because all I got to do is just upload it. And you're also uploading these on YouTube as well, right?
Yeah, so the way we're making it work is people who want to listen on the podcast will get to hear it first. So obviously if you're listening here, if you're coming in and tuning in every other week, then you will get them quite early in the morning UK time on a Monday, or it will be there when you wake up US time, which is fantastic. You can listen to it on your way to work. So that will hopefully be a lot of fun. And then what I'm going to do is premiere a video version of it, which is literally just a little audio spectrum graphic alongside the audio on the YouTube channel at 8:00 in the evening in the UK. So if anyone wants to jump in for a live chat, they can join that and listen to it there. But really the YouTube channel has been more set up for sharing the trailers, sharing some behind the scenes content. So we did a behind the scenes episode with Brooks Leiby, who is the composer for the series, talking about sound design. And we also did a behind the scenes episode with Jared Ransom and Ashley Frill, who are the two main characters. Jared, actually, ironic enough, was first interested in getting involved in Jurassic projects after he got to contribute to the mailbag, Brad. So a nice bit of legacy there. So that episode will be up on the YouTube channel when you're hearing this as well. And then we will also be uploading the score for season 1 to the YouTube channel as well. So people can listen to that if they want to. Yeah,
like you're talking about a brand new, kind of Jurassic influence score there. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to hear that.
Honestly, Brooks has been incredible. I don't know if you had the chance to check out the interview. If not, I'll send you an audio clip after this. For the main theme of Tales, he has reimagined the main Dominion score, and it sounds so good.
Beautiful. That I think, the Dominion stuff is really, really good. I can't wait to hear what Brooks has done here, and I'm excited. You're gonna have those premieres on YouTube, which I think is really fun. So yeah, you can listen to it early here if you want to. But I think I love it when community gets together and talks about things and it gets excited together at the same time. So be sure to join in the live chat there because that'll be a lot of fun. I know we always have a ton of fun in our weekly live streams over on YouTube. So do it over there on Tom's channel. That'll be a lot of fun too. Anything else you want to promote about this show before we head off into another segment?
No, I think really just thank you for giving me the space to talk about it. And thank you to everyone who's inspired me to dive into this. It's been such a interesting process going through this, working really closely with Brooks on a lot of the scripts, but then I've had people like Daryl Lee Lynn have input on them. Rich Newbold was actually kind enough to read 2 of the initial scripts as well and give me some feedback, which was really useful. And I've had a lot of other people who have got involved, supported it. Obviously, all the actors who are so incredible in the roles they portray. It's really been such a collaborative process. So I'm just really excited to be at the point where the fruits of all that hard work are finally going to be shared with people, and hopefully people are going to really enjoy it.
I'm excited, man. It's coming up quick. So Tales from a Jurassic World, 6 episodes long, premiering April 3rd. First episode, again, is called A Man Called Benjamin Lockwood. If you want to find out more about the Lockwood estate and maybe Benjamin, I don't know, we'll see. You can do that pretty soon. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun, man. congratulations on getting this out there in the world, finally.
Thank you. Now I've got to go away and lock myself in a dark room and work on season 2.
You got way more content to produce, so get working. Get cracking.
Yes, sir.